Okay, welcome everyone. Hopefully you can hear me well. Okay, so if you can't, please just type into the typing box. All right. So by now you would hopefully have updated the charts with the, okay, somebody's got their, okay. No worries. Bob, Jenna, Peter, and Lee. Okay, great. Okay, so your new indicators with the new expiry dates would probably been updated. Otherwise, you would have been probably emailing me or WhatsApping me to say that you can't see your screen. Okay, so along with the new expiry date, I've made some amendments to the alerts so that they actually reflect some of the same wording from the Fulcrum document. I'm just trying to see if I can get an alert to fire off so we can see the wording. There it is. Okay. So as you can see, when you get a red diamond alert now, what it'll actually say is manual exit point, ? Current low red diamond. Okay. So basically it prompts you that if you are in a trade, it'll prompt you to decide whether you need to manually exit the trade. Okay, so red diamond with a dotted white line suggests it's yes, if you were in that sell trade. Okay, so the wording will now be manual exit point ? Current low. Okay, the other addition is when you get a vertical line, it'll actually say, can we get one up and running? It'll actually say LGD, blue vertical line, do step 1 of the Fulcrum. Okay, so it'll actually prompt you. Okay. All right, I'm sure that a vertical line will come up in the course of this webinar. Okay, so yeah, and then we can go and look at it. All right, so beginning of every session is to do our report line. So I'm not sure if there's any report lines that I can take from if anybody's entered one. So let me just have a look. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go to okay, there's one. Okay. What I'm doing is just going to the PDF, so you won't be seeing anything until I actually get the document up and when I share it. Okay. Okay, maybe you can see it. Okay, so the new wordings that are going to come with it will actually tell you to do step 1 of the fulcrum, which means to draw the lines, okay? And then, as you can see from the alert that we get from the diamonds, it'll actually say low red diamond, looking for current height. So the alert will say manual exit point, question mark, current low time frame diamond. So low red diamond, high red diamond. So basically, it'll prompt you on the manual exit rules. Okay, so together with this one-page PDF of the fulcrum, you've got the alerts or match to go and prompt you to this page. Okay, and they'll prompt you on step 1, they'll prompt you on step 2, and they'll prompt you on step 3 and manual exit. Okay, so okay. So with these step-by-step, there's not too many variations. Okay, so there's, okay, let me just mute. Anybody else needs to be muted? Okay. So with vertical lines, once you've done your report, you take a screenshot of with the river now different, where in the river does the diamond become extreme high low? Okay. That question, Peter, is pretty much when the diamond gets a white dotted line to it. Okay, so if the diamond goes outside of the river and doesn't get a dotted white line, that would also be an extreme, yeah? So and sometimes generally when the diamond goes outside the river, it will have a dotted white line, but it may not. Okay, so either the diamond goes out or it gets a white line joining it, yeah? I'm just going to change this so we can actually see the difference. Okay. So generally, dotted white line joining two diamonds, a low red diamond and a high blue diamond, or diamond goes outside the river that doesn't have a white line joining it, would be an extreme. Okay, so either sit the threshold or the diamond's gone outside. And any other variation, I suggest you take a screenshot and ask me through WhatsApp. Okay, because the learning is actually when it's happening. And what we've learned, well, hopefully what you've learned over the last few weeks is that when we get a vertical line, we generally expect it to try and reach the opposite riverbank, correct? Okay, and unless a diamond comes up with a white line joining a red and a blue diamond, in which case we consider a manual close at the end of that candle. Otherwise, apart from that, apart from a diamond going to the extreme or getting a white dotted line, we expect our targets to be hit. Okay, so, and that's really the crux of this vertical line trading. Okay, we have something that basically indicates to us a special candle, and based on that, because it tells us where to put all our horizontal lines and where to, and the opposite riverbank. Okay, so vertical blue lines, opposite riverbank is the green riverbank, red vertical lines, opposite riverbank is the pink riverbank, yeah? So, okay, thanks, Thomas. And it will always jump, okay? Because, and together with price, with diamonds jumping up, if it doesn't, it can do it straight after consecutive candles. The other way it jumps is it actually has to go down to go up, yeah? Our part is that when it goes to the extreme or gets a white dotted line, we close it. The main reason why I put the alert to say manual exit point is to remind people that this is the rule. We have a rule for it. If we had no rules, we might just jump in chaos, yeah? If nothing else, I would imagine that most of you would have seen that following the rules generally will give you at least 80% out of 100%. And in anybody's trading system in the world, that's a pretty good result, right? So, yeah, sometimes it doesn't let you enter a trade. So what? Just wait for the next one, you know? If it's an ideal world, we'd like it, every diamond that we can enter and that all the shadings are in it. You know, there's no system out there that will do this or give that sort of part, all right? The main thing for us to know is that we don't have to take the responsibility of finding or identifying which is a special candle, okay? Because really, you're 80% much better off having something identify the candles for you, yeah? Because at this point, with what confidence can you say whether it's going to go up or down? Which candle would you pick is a significant candle? Okay? And when a significant candle comes up, what should you do? Now, we have to think every time something like that happens, as soon as we think, we paralyze ourselves. It's much easier working with a set of rules, yeah? So having something that basically does that job for us, does all the filtering. Okay? Yep. So straight away, we're able to go and have some sort of direction, yeah? So the fulcrum is about having a system that identifies the central points of importance, where we have a central activity that we can move and work with confidence, instead of blindly going in there and having to decide and make decisions every second. And while we're contemplating what decision to make, only to see the trade finish, or that there was a false trade. So, you know, if only one indicator could give us all that, then we'll only be using one indicator. But because the market's more complicated than that, we need to have additional filters. Yep. So hence, when we're able to look at this, we can see by having additional complementary indicators to help us with our filter, once a special candle's been marked out, and then having immediate rules that we act upon. You know, so we don't decide whether this blue line is going to get confirmed or not. We just follow step one, complete it, and then once that's completed, we can go to step two. Okay, so if I question every time, should I go and put horizontal lines, I'll spend all my day arguing with it, only to see either it's going to hit my target and I froze because I was too busy trying to argue with it, or act upon it until it gives me my profit. Okay, so the system says you get a vertical line, you apply all the horizontal lines, because when the trade comes, you don't want to go and have to work out where my stop loss is going to go. These yellow lines that help you that are marked out in step one basically gives you all that information. So when the time comes to put a trade on and the order goes on, you know where to drag your stop loss and take profit. Okay, and the expectation is that if it's confirmed that it's going to go to the profit target, or you'll be alerted to exit it manually to trade. Okay, so yep. Okay, so and that's really the repetition of that. You know, my default stop level is 15 pips for Aussie US, and that's roughly where the green riverbank, so I don't need to put 2 there. Now, if I had done my 8-hour report, I'll have additional support and resistance lines, you know, the green limit line, the green stop line, etc. So they help outline additional points where we can stretch our profit target. Okay, but at least these blue lines and vertical lines, and then when we draw our yellow horizontal lines, basically then allow us to wait until price. Okay, so price is up here, is in a sell zone. Price came back below river center line, so there's a couple of candles there that went back in the right zone, and if it's on the center line, then they'll be counted as in the right zone. Yeah, so that last red diamond is not so low. I did not trade the VBL. Vertical blue line. Well, all I can say to anybody and everybody, these are the steps. If you want to go and make additional decisions to override it, don't complain if that trade turns out to be longer and more. It's your choice. All I ask is that the rules are applied and the lines are marked and the screenshots are taken as outlined in this process. Because if If anybody comes and complains to me that they're not getting the results, and I ask them to go and show me the screenshots from the 8-hour report, the screenshots of step 1, etc., and they can't, then basically there's a violation that they violated the rules of the system and then deserve what results they get. Yeah. So, and if you work for a company that traded, they'll probably give you a warning and maybe 2 warnings, and then you get fired. Yep. A red diamond low is considered a current time frame low if a white dotted line is joining it. Yeah. So, and that's the description of a diamond low. Okay. So, a way to identify whether it's a current high time frame or a low is that they have a white dotted line. Any other, and that's why it's there. So this red diamond is a current time frame low. Okay. Furthermore, it's vindicated and confirmed that it's a low because a blue dotted line actually appeared. So the software believes that's a current time frame low. So we can choose to argue with that or not. But mathematically, the blue line can't be drawn unless that is a current time frame low red diamond. Yeah. So mathematically, that is the case. All right. So the only thing that separates diamonds and dots and whether it can go lower or higher, and yes, a current time frame high can go higher. And it may not. That's why we're in a trade. The appearance of the threshold being met and with the white dotted line tells us to exit because it may bounce back. All right, so the rules cover most of the outcomes that could occur. All right, so, and you'll actually see, as you can see, hopefully, when the alert comes, it'll actually say current high blue diamond. So the distance from a diamond is in reference to the previous blue diamond as to whether that's current low red diamond. Yeah. So all the decisions made, whether it's current high or current low, is made by the software and the alerts that come. Okay, so we don't really need to make that decision. That's the good thing about systems. All the decisions are remade to complement the system itself. Yeah. And just going back to this sheet is that if you haven't printed it and laminated to have it next to you, virtually, once you've done the 8-hour report, this is your Bible. Yeah? Along with the alerts, it basically helps you trade manage the whole management of that trade. Tells you what to look for, what to do, okay? And all we can do is be 100% excellent at doing it step 1. And how do we know that we're 100%? because after we've done step one, we take a screenshot of the single chart that we marked all the lines, and then a multi-chart with the 4 time frames, yeah? When we've done that, and we can look back and I've done that 100% correctly, okay? So you can actually monitor and mark yourself, okay? And then every candle after that, for that vertical line, if we take a screenshot of the multi-chart, and we can, if it's a blue line, we can see whether the criteria is met or not, okay? And if we missed it, we can always go back and look at that time, whatever, 10 minutes back, 15 minutes back, and say, oh, did meet the criteria, I missed it, okay? Once again, a screenshot confirms that you're doing step 2, okay? So we can actually do all this, and by doing this, we can improve ourselves. But doing this and being very good at this 100% basically allows you to measure yourself by yourself without any external judgment. You're not judging yourself. So whether a trade goes good or bad, it doesn't matter, because if you're able to do this 100% correctly, you'll get an excess of 80% positive result. Yeah. So the screenshots, apart from filing and helping you review and get better, it's a way of allowing you to get 100% the process correctly and go back and review and say, yes, I did that 100%. Okay, so hopefully you understand what I'm saying there, because the way to get the results you want is to have some way of knowing that you're doing it 100% correctly. Okay, so once you've done it, you need proof that you've done it and proof that you've done it correctly. Only way you can prove that to yourself or me is to have a screenshot. Yep. So, and really tonight's not about for me to go and, do all the report lines. It's really just to go and outline and show you how some of the little amendments to the alerts to help complement the one-page PDF of the Fulcrum, to just prompt us, because sometimes we do forget, hey, I should be thinking about a manual exit here, or hey, I've got a vertical line, I've got to do step 1. Yeah. Now remember, you can get a vertical line in the 5-minute, and then 10 minutes later you can get one in a 30-minute or a 15-minute. Okay, each of these charts doesn't know that you've got another time frame chart. They act alone and independently of each other. So each time frame, you need to acknowledge the vertical line that it presents and mark it out. Yeah. So just because I've marked this out doesn't mean I don't do it to my 5-minute. Yep. And doesn't mean that I forget about my 30 minutes. Yeah. So whatever vertical line turns up, or whatever chart, our job is not to question. Our job is just to, it's a blue vertical line, I need to apply do my step 1, yeah? Mm, 30 minutes, be 30 pips. Okay, so once again, red channel or default, remembering 30 minutes, and an hour might be 30 pips. Okay. So that's it. I know it's very mechanical, but if everybody could have a robot, they probably would. The main worry is that robot doing it safely and it's getting positive results. So virtually, in this case, most of the software is semi-automatic. It gives you alerts, and we just do the other 5 or 10%. Okay. So here we've marked out 3 time frames with vertical lines. And here we've got the 1 hour. So once again, remember, these vertical lines, alerts and all that present from each time frame are ignorant. They believe they're the only one in the universe. Okay, so each one needs to be looked after. And the benefit of that is that they're all saying the same thing. They're all saying there's momentum going up, yeah? So once again, you can see the more you do this, the easier it gets. All right, so yes, the other thing that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago is that if you're in a higher time frame, okay, and you've got a confirmed vertical line and price like this in this 30 minutes, and price is in the wrong zone, okay, so it's in the sell zone at the moment, but it's confirmed, so price would like to go on the 30 minutes, like to go there. You can actually mark this out and see how it looks like in a smaller time frame. Is there any opportunity to enter? So you see in the 15 minutes, here's the vertical line that's on the 30 minute. These are the horizontal lines that are applied from the 30 minutes. Okay, so, and when price dipped back below the river center line, there are opportunities to enter, yeah? You can only do this with confirmed vertical lines from higher time frames, yeah? So, okay, once again, this vertical yellow line was on top of the blue vertical line in the 30 minutes. I've dropped down 15 minutes and into the 5 minutes, yeah? So you can see this yellow horizontal line is at the green riverbank of the 30 minute. Okay, so, and once again, these are points that allow you to enter trade based on that confirmed one from a high time frame. Okay, you're not going to get this all at once. The main thing is, if you do get it during the course of this week and you've marked it out, take a screenshot, ask the question, and I'll gladly answer it. Okay, so rather than say, well, it didn't, the 30 minute didn't let me get in, and it can't, but the information that 30 minute gave you was enough to help you take a trade in a smaller time frame based on that information. Okay, so, but once again, if I've marked in the 30 minute, that information I've gone into the 5 minute and I've entered, I've got to obey the rules of the 5 minutes. So if I entered this trade here on the confirmed 30 minute and I have a diamond appear with dotted lines on the 5 minute, I exit on the 5 minute, manual exit, because I'm in a 5 minute time frame and I re-entered that trade based on the 30 minute information. Okay, so on the chart you entered, the rules of that chart still apply. Manual exits on diamonds that are extreme or have got a white line joining the diamonds, yeah? Okay, so I'll close off there and allow you the luxury and enjoyment of going through this week and popping any live information and questions you have based on something you're actually acting upon or a trade that you're in the progress of entering or trade managing. All right. All right. So thank you again for tonight, and hopefully this explores a bit more information for you. Okay, chat. Okay, so take care, and I'll have this recording uploaded probably in the next half an hour. Okay, so good night and have a great week.